Hello and welcome to the RE/MAX Realtron 2021 Spring Kickoff and Awards Celebration. How's that real estate market doing? Wow, multiple offers everywhere, the condo comeback. What more could we ask for? If you don't know me, my name is Jeremy Pilarski, and I'm RE/MAX Realtron's Vice President of Agent Experience. It's my job to ensure that you're getting the most out of your experience with RE/MAX Realtron and that we continue to expand the offering we have for you as our valued agent. Over the last 12 months, it felt like 12 years. We've worn out my Zoom account, guys. Thank you for being with us on this unique, challenging, and rewarding journey that we've been on as a company, as an industry, and as a country and a planet. We're so grateful to all of you for your fierce hard work and for overachieving as a sales team. You truly inspire what we do as a company. Tonight is all about celebrating your success, reaching to achieve more, and just relaxing and having a good time. So please enjoy yourself. Let's have a laugh and maybe a cry as we look back at an unforgettable year and look forward to the successes to come. We have an amazing night in store for you. We have a wonderful keynote speaker, Tite, who was once named one of the 10 most creative Canadians. He's a marketing expert and an author. He has a world of experience and will be extremely entertaining. We're going to pop our Prosecco, if you haven't already, at 7:45 or so, and congratulate our top agents from each office, as well as our special award winners. We have a special gift for all of you, which will be arriving in your inbox tonight, along with the trophies and pins that you'll receive in the coming weeks. And coming up, Alex will talk a bit about his experience over the last year, and he'll bring on Realtron GM Cam Forbes and myself to talk about what we're going to do in 2021 to make sure we're supporting you and that you're having your best year ever in your career. But first, let's take a moment and step back in time to the beginning of 2020 and take a look at how we got here.
As 2019 came to a close and we were ready to welcome a new year, 2020 arrived as ordinary and exciting as every other year. A year filled with the promise of hope, resolutions, and unlimited possibilities. Times were better than good. The economy and real estate market were fearlessly thrusting forward. Consumer confidence was at an all-time high, and everyone was in full flight, getting ready to shed the cold temperatures in favor of warmer destinations. Families were busy working, raising children while kids were enjoying their school experience as much as parents who relished having them in school. But life as we knew it was about to dramatically change, and on March 17th, 2020, everything we knew as normal would officially cease to exist. The world would come to a screeching stop, and the silence felt all around the planet would be deafening. The pandemic suddenly and drastically was a reality. A little-known virus would take hold of every global corner imaginable. The words "back to normal" would begin to feel like the stereotypical opening of our children's fairy tale book. Once upon a time. But at 12:01 a.m. on March 18th, 1 year ago today, real estate professionals were deemed an essential service by the Government of Ontario, and RE/MAX Realtron professionals rose to the challenge. Donning our masks and following all safety protocols, Realtron's top producers relentlessly planted for sale signs, conducted an endless number of virtual open houses. We adapted to the new normal like true champions. Deep down, we knew people were counting on us. Livelihoods were at stake. The future and well-being of families were at risk, and our Realtron agents delivered heroically and magnificently. The Realtron team, led by Richard and Alex Pilarski, went beyond above to ensure the safety and success of our agents during those turbulent times. The company erected safety zones in every office to protect agents and staff. We championed the implementation of the new Transaction Desk program and launched Ring Central as a virtual platform to better serve and connect with our agents no matter what the circumstances. We led the virtual training charge and created over 150 educational seminars to keep our agents apprised, engaged, and inspired. The Realtron management team stepped up and continued weekly meetings with their agents to help them navigate the new landscape. Our administration team didn't skip a beat, ensuring all accounting transactions were promptly processed. Realtron's marketing team supported agents with compelling creative messaging to build their social media profile and empathetically connect with their audience. By April, Realtron agents outpaced the market by 60%. By May, Realtron agents represented almost 10% of all MLS listings. And by December, we were breaking our own records and having month-over-month successes we never could have imagined at the beginning of the pandemic. Today, we have witnessed that we didn't only persevere as a company, we succeeded together as a family. And as we look forward to the future, we can confidently say at the home of the top producers that we are positioned perfectly and ready for the exciting future that lies ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome RE/MAX Realtron President, Broker of Record, and co-founder Alex Pilarski.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's so nice that we can celebrate 2020 results together. The key word is celebrate. Just a year ago, we were all greatly concerned about our future. We saw real estate sales drop by 50%, and we knew that not only our industry, but Canadian business and Canadians were in for a tough time. Excuse me. With COVID numbers spiking and the pandemic taking hold, we knew we had to make some very, very difficult decisions in regards to preserving our operating capital and to make sure we were in a position to stay in business until the world found a solution to the pandemic. While other brokers cut staff and closed offices immediately, Richard, Marilyn, Cam, and I tried to maintain the offices and keep our staff on as long as possible. After all, we have a responsibility, not just to you, our agents, but also to over 100 staff members, our managers, and of course their families. We take that responsibility very seriously. It broke our hearts, but as the pandemic spread, we had no choice but to close offices and lay off staff. Luckily, the real estate market was deemed an essential service. People continued to buy and the market turned around. We may have been the last to lay off staff, but we were certainly the first to bring them back to work. It was indeed a strange year. Some agents having the best year of their career and others having the worst. Of course, we as the management team had roller coaster experiences, celebrating with those agents who did well and commiserating when others didn't meet their full potential. 2021 has started off as a banner year despite the continuation of the pandemic, the second wave, and the potential of a third wave. Many agents have already exceeded their best year, and 2021 promises to be an amazing year. At Realtron, we're proud of all of our award winners, and nothing gives us more satisfaction than working with an agent to help them become a Diamond Club member. To that end, we've named 2021 as the Road to Diamond, because we want to help as many of you as possible achieve that milestone, earning $1 million in 1 year. Tonight, we're going to recognize everyone who rose to meet the challenge in the fact of immense adversity and triumph in 2020. If you weren't a RE/MAX Realtron Diamond performer in 2020, I can tell you today, you are on the road to becoming one. Let me explain. Diamonds were created deep within the Earth's crust under conditions of immense heat and pressure that cause carbon atoms to crystallize and form into diamonds. You need extreme pressure. Well, I can tell you, we've all been highly pressurized in the last 12 months, more than any other time in our lifetimes. A diamond needs exact conditions to form, and today we have the exact conditions to help you grow into diamonds. We have pent-up consumer savings, we have pent-up immigration, we have pent-up travel, we have pent-up hospitality and entertainment, and we have pent-up real estate demand in an already upward market. So you do have all of the exact conditions you need to become a Realtron Diamond in 2021. As an industry leader, Realtron will continue to provide you with the strategies, tools, and support you need to have your very best year. We're going to help you by helping you execute, connect, and give back. Thank you. And I sincerely mean thank you for your trust, for sticking with us, because as we all witness, we didn't just persevere as a company, we succeeded together as a family. Let me bring on our amazing General Manager, Cam Forbes, and of course, Jeremy Pilarski, our Vice President of Agents Experience, who will share with you how we plan to help you by executing, connecting, and giving back in 2021. Cam, come on up and tell us all about it.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Alex. Good evening, everybody. Take my mask off here. So happy to be with you here tonight and celebrating and also talking about 2021. And to that end, I wanted to share a few of the initiatives that we are taking part in and continuing from last year. Some new and some a reminder just to take advantage of in 2021. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was personal real estate corporations. You've all probably heard me talk about them, but I really want to make sure that you all take advantage of this in 2021. We have over 100 agents that have already set up their personal real estate corporations, their PRECs, and I want to make sure we do at least 100 more going forward over the next few months. It's really important for you because it's important that you don't get left behind. The tax advantages are so significant, and the investment you can make in your business to get you and drive you to that next level are so important. So please set up your PREC, call me, talk to your manager if you need any help in that regard. And new construction. So we've always had a strategy of supporting you in terms of getting listings and allocations from builders. We also want to help to provide opportunities for allocations. And so what we're going to do is we're going to develop relationships with additional parties so that you have access to timely information that you can quickly market and give to your clients, whether they be resale clients or new clients looking for investments. We want to be on top of that market for you. We want to take advantage of it for you, and we want to provide you with more opportunity in terms of new construction. Presentations. So presentations are a key critical part of your business. This year we are going to be redoing, and I've redone some already, we're redoing the pre-listing presentation or pre-appointment presentation, the buyers and listing presentations, and the buyers and sellers guide, and actually a separate first home buyers guide as well. So all exciting things to look forward to help you step up your presentations even further in 2021 and beyond. And then in terms of your clients, you always want to provide great, excellent customer service. So we want to provide you with better, more effective ways to electronically receive funds from your clients, particularly deposits. So we're setting up right now a payee system through all the banks so that your clients can deposit their deposit funds electronically using Payee, so they don't have to use a wire transfer and they don't have to physically be getting bank drafts and transferring those from branch to branch or bank to bank. Also, because we are now so knowledgeable and we've taken so many different protocols and advantages to make sure everybody's safe in 2021 with COVID, we're comfortable and we're going to be opening the offices even further. Additional hours, extending hours to help you and your clients serve your clients best. So look forward to that very soon, additional hours coming forward. And finally, we're always looking for opportunities for you to communicate and engage with people who know you and strangers, people who you need to get to know for your business. And so we had a number of public forums in 2020. We're going to continue those public forums in 2021. They are opportunities for you to communicate and connect with people who don't know you, people who know you, create conversations and create business for yourself. Our next one is going to be on, so mark it in your calendar, April 21st, almost a month, a little over a month from now at 12 noon. So that'll be our next public forum. Invite people, create conversations, invite all your repeat and referral people, and talk to strangers, invite them as well. Thanks very much. That's sort of what we're executing in 2021, some exciting initiatives. And I'm going to get Jeremy to come up now and talk about connecting and giving back. Come on up, Jeremy. Oh, knocking things. There we go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cam. Let me just get organized here. Okay, so executing, connecting, and giving back. Let me talk a little bit about how we're connecting with you in a more effective way. We're developing an agent portal, which will be available in the next 60 days, which will give you better access to our content. We have so much amazing material, and we're gonna make it super easy for you to find and locate those things you need in a timely manner. We're providing more social content for you to connect better with your clients. It started with the stories last month on our Market Watch, and now we're gonna do Instagram posts and stories, as well as further items for you to connect with on your marketing to your clients. We're starting next month with our virtual mastermind groups. This was something we were sad to lose last spring, and we're reviving it virtually. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be really a lot of fun. Look forward to it, starting with the chairman and above groups in April. We're doing better training on Realtron tools. We understand that you want to learn more about what we're doing, and so we're going to have ongoing monthly training so that you can learn about the tools available to you to work with listings, to attract buyers, and to execute and make your sales. And we're launching an e-learning platform to allow you to certify yourself in Realtron's courses, to know that you have made it and then you understand concepts that we're developing. We also want you to help us to connect. It's important that you go to RE/MAX Realtron on Instagram, on Facebook, go to our Facebook group and connect. You should go there at least once a day. There's amazing information for you and opportunities for you to connect. If you're here, you've done so already. Lastly, giving back is our third pillar. We have an ambitious goal for RE/MAX Realtron. We want each of our branches to become a miracle office. What does it mean to become a miracle office? It means that every single person, 100% of the realtors, donate to Children's Miracle Network. We're asking you to donate $21 for every deal in 2021. It's not a huge commitment, but it's an important one. We feel that this will connect you more with your community, with our company, and with the world as a whole. It's important. Please do so. Please email Tracy at remaxrealtron.com, or you can go to Launchpad and increase your donation there. Lastly, on giving back, we want to give back to you. RE/MAX Realtron's had a 35-year tradition of congratulating every award winner every year. Unfortunately, this year, Richard and Alex can't shake your hand. But we didn't want to just leave it at we can't. So in your inbox tonight, in your email, you will receive a personalized video congratulating you on your award from Alex Pilarski. This was a huge endeavor, and nearly 500 award winners are receiving videos tonight. So congratulations to you. please, when you share these videos on social media, tag RE/MAX Realtron, and we really want to see what you're doing with them, how you're using them to improve your business. Let's actually show you an example right now of one of those awards.
Congratulations, Sarah. 2020 was an unprecedented year, and you rose to the challenge. We all learned a lot, but you came out on top. On behalf of all of us at RE/MAX Realtron, congratulations on a great year.
Congratulations to all of our award winners. We look forward to seeing your video. Now, if you'll join us in popping your Prosecco, let's celebrate your success from 2020.
There we go.
And Jeremy,
Yes.
just want to remind everybody, we've got an amazing speaker after the award session, so make sure you stay and watch. This is a speaker that you should not miss. We have really spared no expense to get you an amazing speaker. So cheers, congratulations, and congratulations.
Cheers, everybody. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And we're only beginning. We'll be giving out the
Congratulations.
top office awards momentarily. Cheers. Enjoy.
Tasty.
Nice.
Hello, everybody, and congratulations. I'm so excited to be here tonight to announce our winners for all the awards for top producers in each office. And I'm in charge, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're starting tonight with our special awards. Our first special award goes to our Rookie of the Year. So every year, we have a number of newly licensed agents that join us. This year, the newly licensed agent with the most written production was Patwin Cito. Congratulations. And Patwin, you can speak with your manager to receive your award. Barb or Jean will have this available in your office for you this week. Thank you, Cam. Okay, our next special award goes to our Community Service Award. And Raluca Niegu from our Woodbine office has been leading the road for us for the past 4 years with the Red Bags of Markham, the Red Bags of Markham food drive. And last year, they produced over 700 red bags of food. So it's an amazing endeavor. Thank you, Raluca, for leading the way. And you as well can look for your plaque. Bill will have that for you in the office. Congratulations. Lastly, the third special award we would like to announce for tonight is the Circle of Legends Award. So every year, RE/MAX recognizes achievement. The Circle of Legends Award is for achievement of over $10 million in commissions and 10 years with RE/MAX. So we are so pleased tonight to announce that Brian McComb is our Circle of Legends winner in 2020, and he joins our ranks. Congratulations to Brian. Okay, so top agents in the TREB districts. Let's start with Rocco Rasiopo from the Newmarket office. He was our #1 agent in Newmarket based on listing volume in 2020. Anuja Kumarasamy, #1 agent in Ajax in the Progress office based on units and volume sold. David Soberano from our Bathurst office, #1 agent in CO6 based on units and volume sold. Bill Tom, #1 agent in C15 based on units and volume sold. Bijan Barati from Willowdale, #1 agent in C7, C14, and C15 for combined listing volume. Barry Cohen was the #1 agent in C12 based on units and volume sold, and he is one of our 2 Pinnacle Club members in 2020. So for each branch, top individuals and teams for 2020. In our North Richmond Hill office, #10, Reza Esfahani, and he 100% club. #9, Mirza Alakuzai, 100% club. #8, Noel Lawrence, 100% club. #7, Omid Faizarbabi, 100% club. #6, Philip Accardi, Platinum Club, Hall of Fame. #5, Ferdous Ahmed, Platinum Club. #4, Ivan Lysak, Platinum Club. #3, Azita Zaray, Platinum Club. #2, Ramin Ganji, 100% club. #1, Ivan Lamochkin, Platinum Club and Hall of Fame. Lena Friedman and Yana Tsipkin, they're the #3 team, 100% club. #2 team, the Al-Khalisis, and they made Platinum Club. And the #1 team, the Eugene Kaplan team, Diamond Club, Lifetime Achievement, and #85 Canadian Individual for Residential. Congratulations. Okay, moving on to our Newmarket office. #10, Tammy Longfield Chang, Platinum Club. #9, Leo Falkovsky, Platinum Club. #8, Maria Kagan, Platinum Club. #7, Dina Agabi, Platinum Club. #6, Tracy Bowman, Platinum Club. #5, Andrea Jacka, Platinum Club. #4, Anna Shirazi, Titan Club. #3, Anna Kotsavos, Titan Club. And #2, Rocco Rasiopo, Diamond Club. #75, Canadian Individual for Residential Sales. And #1 is Jennifer Clements, #1 individual in the Newmarket office, Diamond Club, Lifetime Achievement, and #59, Canada Individual Residential. Congratulations to the Newmarket office agents. Let's move on to the Shepherd office. Christina Moore, #10 individual, Chairman's Club. #9, Shane Giddens, Chairman's Club. #8, Rashida Dalla, Chairman's Club. #7, Nick Fan, Platinum Club, Hall of Fame. #6, Sam On, Chairman's Club. #5, Vadim Valensky, Chairman's Club. #4, Sahil Jaggi, Chairman's Club. #3, Jordan Glazer, Diamond Club. #2, Sam Wadwa, Titan Club. And #1, Corinne Rodam, Diamond Club, Hall of Fame. #41, Canada Individual Residential, and #90 Worldwide Individual for Residential. Congratulations to the Shepherd office. In the Richmond Hill office in 2020, congratulations to Malini Mather, #15, 100% club. #14, Ricky Tong, 100% club. #13, Patrick Wu, Platinum Club. #12, T.A. Zadie from Platinum Club. Number 11, Lily Lai, Platinum Club. Number 10, Sammy Hui, Chairman's Club. Number 11, Canada Individual for Commercial, and number 31, Worldwide Individual for Commercial. Number 9, Maria Hung, Platinum Club. Number 8, Fei Wang, Platinum Club and Hall of Fame. Amy Q, number 7, and Platinum Club. Number 6, Benjamin Frias, Platinum Club. Number 5, Kai Fang, Platinum Club. Number 4, Sam Wang, Platinum Club. And number 3, Lily Tang, Platinum Club. Number 2, Jessica Wu, Chairman's Club and Hall of Fame. Number 1 individual was Ming Ren, Chairman's Club and Hall of Fame. Number 3 team, Lily Bai, the Lily Bai team, and Lily Bai was the number 78 individual in Canada for commercial real estate. The Rebecca Action Star team, Rebecca Fang was number 2, Chairman's Club. And the number 1 team, Victoria Zhang team, Tite Club. Congratulations, Richmond Hill office. The Bathurst office. Number 10, Jonathan Muslera, 100% Club. Number 9, Amanda Miller, 100% Club. Number 8, Dina Eisenstein, Platinum Club. Number 7, Dino Luca, Platinum Club. Number 6, Howard Isakov, Chairman's Club, and number 91 in Canada, Individual for Commercial Real Estate. Number 5, Yehuda Gelberger, Titan Club, Lifetime Achievement. Sorry, I lost my feed for a second. Number 41, Canada, Individual Commercial. Randy Cohen, number 4, Chairman's Club. Number 3, Michael Harari, Titan Club. Number 2, Mary Cifuentes, Diamond Club. Number 46, Canada, Individual Residential, and number 100, Worldwide Individual. Congratulations to David Soberano, the number 1 individual, Diamond Club, number 60 in Canada for Individual Residential. Zoltan Bartfai and Ili Liang Bartfai are the number 2 team, 100% Club. And the number 1 team, John and Sylvia Amante and team, Chairman's Club. Congratulations, Bathurst office. Progress office. Clinton Smith, number 10, 100% Club. Number 9, Thiru Nagaraja, Platinum Club. Number 8, Richard Sisson, Platinum Club. And number 69 in Canada, Individual for Commercial Real Estate. Number 7, Sassy Kunaratnam, number 7 and Platinum Club. Number 6, Zaid Vanya, Chairman's Club and Lifetime Achievement. Number 5, Shazia Khan, Chairman's Club and Hall of Fame. Number 4, Mary Jane Viejo, Chairman's Club. Number 3, Aravinthan Ratnasingham. Number 2, Rahul Saha, Platinum Club. And number 1, Anuja Kumarasamy, Diamond Club. And number 64, Canada Individual Residential. Alan and Hardy Albelanosa are the number 3 team, Platinum Club. Number 2 team, Jay and Molly Banerjee, Platinum Club. And the number 1 team, David and Sonia Samuel, Chairman's Club. Congratulations to the Progress office. Woodbine. How many more offices do we have? Raluca Niagurusu, number 15, 100% Club. Number 14, Bruce Tilden, 100% Club. Number 13, Shams Herji, Platinum Club. Number 12, Louis Wong, Platinum Club. Number 11, Altaz Huda, 100% Club. Number 10, Peter Drabick, Platinum Club. Number 9, Michelle Ha, 100% Club. Number 8, Julian Gova, Platinum Club. Number 7, Gordana Valois, Platinum Club. Number 6, Rodelio Cuevas, Platinum Club. Number 5, Delia Wang, Platinum Club. Number 4, Murtaza Ahmad, Platinum Club. Number 3, Majaber Mola, Chairman's Club. Number 2, Vanessa Jeffrey, Titan Club. Number 1, Penny Pay, Diamond Club. Number 50, individual worldwide residential and commercial. Number 18, individual Canada residential. And number 45, individual worldwide residential. The Charlie He team comes in at number 5, Chairman's Club. Number 4, the MGK team. Congratulations to Maggie, Gary, and Keith. Chairman's Club and Hall of Fame. The Kelvin Wong team, Chairman's Club. Shirley Yee and Tony Chan, number 2, Titan Club. And number 1, Geeta and Rajiv Rajpal, Diamond Club. Congratulations to the Woodbine office. Thornhill, how did you do in 2020? Marjan Eskandari, number 15, Platinum Club. Number 14, Sam Chaim, 100% Club. Number 13, Deborah Weiner, 100% Club. Number 12, Maran Malexade, Platinum Club. Number 11, Amir Nouri, Chairman's Club. Number 10, Tony Talebzadeh, 100% Club. Number 9, Sylvia Cohen, Platinum Club. Number 8, Neil Henderson, Chairman's Club. Number 7, Karusha Mami, Platinum Club. Number 6, Esther Namani Eisman, Platinum Club. Number 5, Jalal Alai, Platinum Club. Number 4, Brian McComb, Platinum Club. Number 3, Azar Sadat, Chairman's Club. Number 2, Reza Ismaili, Chairman's Club. And number 62, Canada Individual for Commercial Real Estate. Number 1, Aaron Wan, Diamond Club. Number 1 team, Mila and Danny Gerfinkel, Chairman's Club. Congratulations, Thornhill office. And Willowdale. Rachel Sharabi, number 20, Platinum Club. Number 19, Bob Britton, 100% Club. Number 18, Pedram Hosseinzadeh, Chairman's Club. Number 17, Sean Routbard, Platinum Club. Number 16, Ben Azizi, Platinum Club. Number 15, Wayne Kahn, Platinum Club. Number 14, Judy Dong, Platinum Club. Number 13, Kaz Wads, Platinum Club. Number 12, Fei Wang, Chairman's Club. Number 11, Ian Chen, Platinum Club. And number 64, Canada Individual for Commercial Real Estate. Number 10, Zoe Puraman, Platinum Club. Number 9, Anissa Wong, Chairman's Club. Number 8, Robert Kroll, Chairman's Club. Number 7, Bill Tom, Titan Club. Number 6, Karen Soloway, Titan Club. Number 5, Anil Basine, Titan Club. Number 4, Jim Moe, Diamond Club, and the number 55 Canada Individual for Residential Real Estate. Number 3, Brian Prasad, Platinum Club. Number 2, Bijan Barati, Diamond Club. Number 23, individual worldwide residential and commercial. Number 8, individual for Canadian residential. And number 19, individual worldwide residential. And number 1, Wendy Zhang, Pinnacle Club. Number 21, individual worldwide residential and commercial. Number 5, individual Canada residential. And number 15, individual worldwide residential. Wow. Sean and Cynthia Liu Group, our number 9 team, Platinum Club. Number 8, Zara Bamani team, Platinum Club. Number 7, Sam Event team, Platinum Club. James Liu Group, number 6 team, Platinum Club. Number 5 team, Michelle Lung team, Chairman's Club, and the number 13 Canadian small team for commercial. The Ballin Group, led by Sebastian Ballin, number 4 team, Titan Club and the Hall of Fame. Ellie Bakhtiari team, number 3, Chairman's Club. Number 2, the Smart Choice team, Mark Amador, Sherwin Demakulangan, and Ashley Im, Platinum Club. And the number 1 team, Barry Cohen Homes, Pinnacle Club. Number 3 team, Canadian residential and commercial. Number 6 team worldwide for residential and commercial. Number 3 large team, Canada residential. And the number 5 large team worldwide. Congratulations. Congratulations to everyone. We are so proud of all of your success in 2020.
Thank you, Tracy, for that incredible job you did reading off all those names. Congratulations to all the winners. As I was watching, I've seen so many of your names over the years, and to see so many of you moving up in the awards is just amazing to me to see. Now, I hope you're enjoying your Prosecco. We have an amazing keynote speaker for you. He was named one of the top 10 creative Canadians by Marketing Magazine. Ron Tite has been an award-winning advertising writer and creative director for some of the world's most respected brands, including Air France, Evian, Fidelity, Hershey, Johnson & Johnson, Kraft, Intel, Microsoft, Volvo, and many others. Ron is the founder of Church and State, an award-winning content marketing agency. He's also the author of 2 books. His most recent one, which I think is very apt for all of us, is called Think, Do, Say: How to Seize Attention and Build Trust in a Busy, Busy World. Isn't that applicable to our business? Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Ron Tite.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. And hello, everybody. I feel like I'm like Jeremy's Wolf Blitzer. And I'm on CNN somewhere. I'm like, hi, I'm in Atlanta or whatever. But I'm not. I'm in Toronto. So nice to see everybody. How's everybody doing out there? And a big congratulations to all the winners. And hello to Deborah Gonzalez. Hope I pronounced that correctly. And to everybody else out there, congratulations to all of you after such a phenomenal year. And I know, you had the video which kind of looked at all the things that had happened in the past year, and it's been interesting, hasn't it? Is that one word to describe it? Interesting. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Okay, we're not comparing stories here, but this is what went down with me. Okay, so this is what went down. So I do a lot of speaking, and March 11th. The pandemic was officially declared by the World Health Organization. March 12th, everything gone, canceled for the next year, everything gone. And on the evening of March 12th, my wife and I, we had to go to a hospital. And the morning of March 13th, yes, we welcomed our second son, Benjamin, into the world. That's him right there. That was on March 13th. And that's him now. So he's a COVID baby. And here's what's interesting about COVID babies that we discovered just a couple weeks ago. You know, you teach babies to say goodbye. And well, we realized last week that he doesn't know how to say bye because he's never gone anywhere, right? He's never said goodbye or hello to anybody because he just thinks we're the only people on the planet. He just looks at us like, what, are you ever going to leave this house? Is there more to life than this? Because this blows. So we have Benny, and then we have a 3-year-old Max. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Realtron, I know what you're thinking out there. You're thinking, man, I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it's like to be in a year-long lockdown situation with a newborn and a toddler. Oh, my friends, it is not ideal. No, and you can see the gray. I had no gray hair at the beginning of this year, and it was cut. Look at this mess. Do all of you have haircuts like this? Yeah, I hope so, because this isn't cool in any way, shape, or form. So this was the deal, and that's it, right? That's what we all have to put up with. So that's all right. Now, it is great to be here with you, and I know that I own an agency as well. We have a wide variety of clients in a wide variety of different sectors. And when the pandemic first hit, one of the first things I wanted to do was kind of reach out to people. And so I did a very quick piece of research. And the numbers were about 2,000 people. So it was, certainly valid enough research. And this was my question, okay? My question was, what has been the single biggest leadership challenge you've had over the pandemic? Now, I know what some of you are saying. You're like, look, don't you know who you're talking to? We're not considered leaders, right? It's kind of an owner-operator business in a lot of ways. We're agents. Look, I think leadership really entails a couple of different things. In my opinion, the definition of leadership is taking specific action based on the information you have to improve the lives of the people around you. Now, those lives of the people around you, those are your prospects. Those are your current clients. Those are your colleagues within the Realtron family. But most importantly, it's yourself. So when we talk about leadership isn't about having people report to you. Leadership isn't about being a middle manager or being a SVP within a large enterprise organization. No, being a leader means taking specific actions, not going with your gut because that's what always works for you. No, it's taking specific actions that are based on the information you have before you, which means you customize them for the world that you're living in to improve the lives of the people around you. So you're one of those people. And so when we talk about leadership, we certainly mean that to include ourselves in that. So that was my question. What was the single biggest leadership challenge you've had in the pandemic? And so the first question was communication from above. Now, this is fantastic because you've already done so well. I mean, I saw how many learning sessions you've had, how many virtual learning sessions you had for all of you that Jeremy and his team put on. And that is fantastic. Now, in most cases, in non-pandemic times, this is the single biggest leadership challenge, communication from above. Now, number two, which I thought was really interesting, number two was the idea of the great unknown. Now, the great unknown is this thought that how am I supposed to plan for my business? How am I supposed to forecast? How am I supposed to, look at projections for how the year is going to be when there's going to be legislation changes? We're going to move from this zone to that zone. Are we an essential business? Are we on an essential business? I mean, the great unknown is the second biggest challenge that people have. And there's certainly a way that we can get around that. Now, this is Admiral Stockdale. Now, Admiral James Stockdale is still the highest ranking U.S. military official to be taken a prisoner of war. I'm going to get a little drink here. It's brown Prosecco. Thank you, Jeremy, for the bottle. It's fantastic. I love it. It's so good. It's bubbly. So this is Admiral James Stockdale. Now, highest ranking official. And in 1965, he was captured in Vietnam. And he was held for 8 years. This photo is him being greeted at the airport at Andrews Air Force Base by his son, Jim Stockdale, after 8 years of being a prisoner of war. And when he got out, Jim Collins, who wrote the book Good to Great, said, like, how did you deal with that? I mean, waking up every single day, never really being quite sure whether this was going to be the day that you were going to get out, or whether you're going to be out. In 8 years? I mean, and please, I hope we're not in this for 8 years. People, if we're in this for 8 years with my children, right? This is not going to be good. So, like, how did you do for 8 years? And he said this, which I absolutely love. He said, look, I never wavered in my faith that not only would I get out, but that I would turn it into the defining event of my life that in retrospect, I would not trade. Think about that. That he never wavered in his faith that they would get out, but that also he would turn it into being this event in his life that was a defining event that he would never want to give up. That's some inspiring words. Those are some inspiring words. And he said, no, but what did you do? And he was like, it was this unwavering faith matched with this ability to face the harsh reality that I lived in. And when Jim Collins said, who didn't do well in that environment of living in this great unknown? He said, you know who didn't do well? The optimists. Because the optimists would say things like, oh, you know, we're going to be out by Easter. It's going to be great. And then they weren't. Oh, we're going to be out by the summertime. Don't you worry. And then they weren't. And so it was the realists who had an unwavering faith that they would get out, but that they did not look at the situation for anything more than the realistic facts that were before them. Getting up every single day and saying, I'm going to live in the moment and I'm going to excel in this moment. So that was the second one. Now, these were all the kind of the big challenges that people had in communication from above, the great unknown, maintaining engagement with clients and prospects, and emotionally supporting my team. And, you know, this work-life balance, like, am I working from home or am I living at the office? I mean, what the hell is this, right? Connecting with people, and how do I gather the self-motivation? I mean, I got to get up and do a virtual open house again today, and I got to look all chipper for my clients. How do I do that? And then safety. How do I kind of navigate the safety? Now, here's what I think is the most interesting part about this, though, is that these were the top 8. These were the percentages of people. The number one answer was only 15% of the people. 15%, that's it. And so if you do the quick math, you're like, hey, wait a second, that doesn't add up to 100. No, that's because there were 18 unique responses to the single biggest leadership challenge that people face in their careers. So we like to say we're all in this together, but the reality is we're not. Or if we're in it together, we're certainly not experiencing it together. And that makes your job ridiculously difficult, because you can't just say, oh, all of my clients, because I live in a certain part of the city or I live in a certain neighborhood or sell in a certain neighborhood, well, they're all kind of in the same zone. The reality is we're not. None of us are. So that's what we kind of have to deal with. So how do we deal with that? How do we prepare ourselves? Even though you've had a great year, many of you have had a great year, and the industry in general has had, I think, an even better year than people ever expected. But how do we prepare ourselves to grow? How do we prepare ourselves to do better? Well, maybe it's because I grew up in Oshawa, Ontario. Hello, Schwiggity. How are you? And I was the creative director on Volvo for 10 years. So I certainly know the car stuff. Now, look, in any F1 or stock car race, you know what happens is that anybody can win in the race, right? Anybody can win in the straightaway. Any race can be won in the straightaway. You just gun it. You put the pedal to the metal, and whoever built the best car 6 months to a year before the race, well, you got a better shot of winning. Here's what I also know. No race is ever won in the straightaway. Races are won in the corners. Now, here's what happens. A race car driver comes out of the straightaway and they enter a corner. And the first thing they need to do is they need to slow the car down. They need to go from a state of chaos to a state of composure. Now, they slow the car down, and the reason they do that, why they go into composure, is that they don't lose control of the car. They can't have it skidding off the track, right? Just like when everything went down, you probably said, whoa, 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 let's just stop for a second and let's just see what we need to do. And you looked at that dashboard in front of you of your current clients, of the current deals in progress. You slowed things down, right? You looked at that dashboard. Now, once you've hit that state of composure, what we have to ensure is that doesn't slide into a state of complacency. Because some people, they hit that state of composure and they're going, I'll just wait this out, right? Because the amateur driver like me or like you, what we might think is, I'm just going to wait. I'll wait till the end of the corner and then I'm going to gun it again. But if you're a great race car driver, what you know is that to win the race, you need to accelerate in the middle of a corner. You need to accelerate in the middle of a corner so that by the time you leave the corner with great momentum and you get to lap everybody that waited. So we need to do that. We need to accelerate. We are in the middle of a corner right now. It's time to accelerate. Now, accelerate might mean investment. Accelerate might mean attention and energy. Accelerate might mean innovation. It might mean a whole bunch of different things to each and every one of you. But accelerate, you must. Now, here's the other dynamic at play that I think is really, really critical. Now, the dynamic here is this, of course, is Times Square. Now, Times Square is the most expensive promotional real estate in North America. And, I remember the first time I did a campaign that got picked up globally and it was all over billboards in Times Square. I flew to New York to take pictures of it. I mean, it was a big deal for me. So this is most expensive promotional real estate in North America. In non-pandemic times, 400,000 people traipse through Times Square every single day. That's like 3 Oshawas, right? 400,000 people. So it's really expensive to be there. Everybody wants to be there because there's so much traffic. But the reality is, to the person that this entire ecosystem has been designed for, the consumer, when you're standing in the middle of Times Square, you don't know where to look. Because that one's blinking, that one's flashing, that one's scrolling. You have no clue where to look. Now, on the street level, well, that's a whole other level of entrepreneur, because up top, those are the big legacy businesses, right? Those are the Remaxes of the world. They've been around a long time. Yep, they've been trusted for a really long time. But maybe they're losing some authenticity. Maybe they're becoming a little bit too scripted. And because they have a lot of money, a lot of people are up there and they're all shouting from the rooftops, right? And the reality is you don't know where to look. Now, down below, there's a whole other different level of entrepreneur down there. Because down there, those people, you got someone over here telling you the end of the world is coming. You got somebody over here selling fake Gucci's. But over here, you got a great retail boutique. You got someone selling street meat. You got someone with T-shirts, right? There's some great businesses down there. Now, those entrepreneurs, they could be more nimble. They could be more aggressive. They could be more targeted, more customized. They can look at you in the eye, look at what you're wearing, customize their message for what you're wearing. They're not polished. They're not scripted. Maybe they got their own little logo that they've designed on their own with a headshot looking off to the side. But the reality is the consumer looks and goes, yeah, this is great and all, but are they going to be there tomorrow? Like, is that guy with the table going to be around tomorrow? So on one level, they don't know where to look. On another level, they don't know who to trust. This is every single one of your clients. They don't know where to look. They don't know who to trust. They don't know the difference between a brokerage and a sub-brokerage and an A. They really don't. They don't know where to look. They don't know who to trust. Now, the reality is, and this is why every single person in this room is in such a great spot, because the sweetest spot to be is between those two places. Now, Allstream used to have a tagline. Don't know why they got rid of it, but the tagline was big enough to deliver, small enough to care. That's what consumers are looking for. They're looking to see that you're big enough, that you're credible enough, that you can scale it, that you have a back-end system, that their money is going to be safe. all that kind of stuff. This is the biggest financial transaction of their life. You think they want to give it to some Johnny come lately? They're going to throw $1 million at you because you got your own logo on a sign? They need you to be big enough to deliver. At the same time, we know that they need you to be small enough to care, that you need to be authentic, that you need to be personal, that you need to be customized. This is the sweet spot, and you've got it. You have the nimbleness of you having your own business. And I know the line is, it's of your own, not on your own. You know that. So this is why it's so great that you're not only attached to a RE/MAX logo, but you're attached to the Realtron logo. You're attached to the Realtron family. So you can be the small enough to care with your nimble clients, but you need to show that you're big enough to deliver. That's why I'm totally against, and I know some of you aren't going to like this, but I'm totally against realtors having their own logos and their own sign and everything without some acknowledgement that they're part of a bigger family. And I know the data across every single category is the same. Big enough to deliver, small enough to care. When Scotiabank bought ING Direct, the old thing they would have done was called it Scotiabank Express. No, what did they do? They said, we're going to bring you into the bank. We're going to give you access to all the back-end systems, but you're going to maintain your brand. It's an authentic brand that really connects with people. We're going to be the big enough to deliver. You're going to be the small enough to care. When you look at all the breweries, what are they doing? They're buying small microbrews and craft breweries and allowing them to maintain their brand heritage. They're not just swallowing them up and losing the stuff that was really special. This is a really, really critical piece for you. And I hope that you're leveraging the Realtron assets so that you can show all your prospects that you're big enough to deliver and small enough to care. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I did it and it works great for me. Good. Amazing. No, I really am. I'm happy for your success. But know that anecdotes don't create the reality of an industry or a category. That it might work for you, but across the board, all signs are pointing to the category really kind of striving to be big enough to deliver, small enough to care. Now, so how do we do that? How do we be big enough to deliver and small enough to care? What are some things that we can do on an ongoing basis? Well, we know through all of our research across a whole bunch of different categories that the brands, be it individual personal brands or organization and enterprise brands, are really, really connect with people and succeed when they can align what they think, what they do, and what they say. And all three of those things, you can't just cherry pick, okay? You can't, because look, if all you do is think, but then you don't do anything, well, then you're a think tank, which you're not as Realtron. And if as an agent, all you do is think, well, then you're a philosopher. And the sales commission for philosophers is not good at all. You don't want that. So you can't just think. Now you can't just do either. Because if all you do is do without being strategically aligned and planned, then you're not as popular with your fellow agents as you think you are. And you're probably not as popular with your clients as you think you are, because you're all over the place and you're exhausting. We need to be strategically aligned and focused and prioritized. So we can't just do. And we certainly can't just say, if all Realtron does is talk about the great things they're going to do, but they don't actually do them, well, then you know what? Hello, churn. And if as an agent, all you do is talk about the things you're going to do, but you don't actually ever do them, you'll be found out. And maybe not today, and maybe not tomorrow, but eventually, over time, that becomes your brand. And that's not good for business. So it is about thinking and doing and saying. Now, when we talk about that, that's why we say to really perform well in the days ahead, we need to be bound by purpose, think. We need to be defined by the actions we take, the do, and we are adopted through communication, through how we communicate to other people. Because just because you got a great belief and you got, some great actions and behaviors, that's not enough. If you want to grow your business, you are adopted. Your beliefs, your values, your process, your approach, your success are adopted by other people by how you communicate with them. The success isn't good enough. So when an organization like Realtron and all of the agents like all of you are aligned, and all of us, this is what we think, this is what we do, and this is kind of how we talk about it. Well, now this is great organizational success. This is great success for the brokerage as well as for everybody, the sub-brokerages and every single agent, because all three spokes of the wheel are together, and that's how forward momentum works. You can define growth however you want. I don't care. But I think what you do want is forward momentum. Now, this is Satya Nadella. Satya is the CEO of Microsoft, and and I'm just seeing that Maria Mitchell called my baby cute. Thank you, Maria. You get extra points and an extra award. Good for you. Have some more Prosecco. This is Satya Nadella, and he's been the newish CEO for Microsoft for 6 years now, I guess. Now, full disclosure, Microsoft is a client. They have been a client before I had my agency. It was ECD, at another agency, and they were a client then. And during the Steve Ballmer years, I used to go in, and I would go to present to Microsoft people, and I'd bring my Mac, and that never went over well. They'd go like, "Could you put this yellow sticky over your laptop?" Like, or they'd go, you should go to answer my phone, and they'd go, "You should get a Windows phone," and I was like, "Nope, they suck. I'm not getting it. Forget that. I'm not getting that." There's literally this one time when I said, "Well, we Googled this term," and somebody goes, "Don't you mean you binged it?" And I said, no, I don't mean that at all. And please don't ever say that again. That's embarrassing for all of us, right? I mean, this was Microsoft during the Ballmer years. It's like they had their head up their Xbox, if you know what I mean. Yeah? Okay. So, then Satya came in. And one of the first things that Satya said was, he said, "Look, like, I think we're giving a lot of customers the stink eye. I think we're looking down on people just because they're not exclusive to the Microsoft ecosystem. So we're going to start treating all Microsoft customers the same, because we have Mac customers who are using Microsoft software, PowerPoint and Word, and we're looking down on them because they're not running on PC. No, that's going to stop." So that's what he thought. Now, what did he do to reinforce that belief? He was bound by the purpose, but how was he defined by his actions? Well, one of the first things he did was he presented to the organization from a Mac, and he used Google Chrome as his browser. But more importantly, the first product he launched under his leadership was Microsoft Office for the iPad. So he thought it, he did it. Now, if you believe in something greater and you behave in a way that reinforces that belief, then that's worth talking about. And if it's worth talking about, then let's say it in a way that's memorable. And this isn't telling tales out of school, but everybody in Microsoft knows that Satya's program is known as the new growth mindset. He thought it, he did it, he said it. Now, what you might be saying is, yeah, great for Microsoft. I'm not Microsoft. Well, I'd like you to meet Adrian. Adrian works at the Co-op in Western Canada, in Langley, British Columbia, south of Vancouver. And the Co-op, for those of you who don't know, is a grocery, agro, petroleum, gas station, home building. It's Co-op. So Adrian was working there part-time, and I did a lot of work with the Co-op where I went out to people who are frontline employees. I'm talking like deli clerks and grocery store cashiers and gas station attendants. And we talked about how can you live up to the line and deliver, how can you do the do to live up to what we believe. Now, their tagline at the Co-op is "You're at home here." It's a very local, kind of experience. You're at home here. And Adrian, when I said, "How are you bringing this to life?" Adrian said, "Well, I found it really difficult. I live in Langley. This is home to a very large South Asian population. I don't speak the language for most of the people who come in. I found it very difficult to make people feel at home." So Adrian, minimum wage Adrian, gas pumping Adrian, went out and on her own time and on her own dime, and she learned Punjabi. That's incredible. I'm from Quebec. I hesitate to speak French. She learned Punjabi. So she thought it, she did it, and she said it, but she said it in Punjabi, because if we're going to say it, we're going to say it in a memorable way that really connects with people. Why? Because we're adopted by how we communicate. Now, when we don't all live up, when some of you go rogue And suddenly you're outside of the Realtron values. Well, that's what's called an integrity gap. And you know what? I don't know that there's a bigger example of an integrity gap than this organization in Canada. I mean, it was just, integrity gap after integrity gap, where the actions, an integrity gap is when the actions of one or two or three or more people contradict what the organization supposedly stands for. And this has been happening at Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons went from number 1 on the brand trust index to not being on the list. And it was a series of integrity gaps at the holdco level of 3G, down to the operating level of Restaurant Brands International, down to the franchisee, and all the way down to the frontline employee. I mean, you know what? It just means stuff that just wasn't looking great. And slowly Canadians started backing away, going, I don't know, this doesn't feel very Canadian anymore. I think if we're honest with ourselves, we'd agree that Tim Hortons gave up its Canadian passport a long time ago. That doesn't make them evil. They're still a wonderful organization run by some very smart people who are starting to turn it around. But there were a series of integrity gaps. Now, if we talk about the think, why do we need to do the think? Why do we need to do that? Why do we need to believe in something more important than selling houses? Why is that? Well, there's a couple of different reasons. Now, as an example, this is Purelator. One of my last in-person speaking events was with Purelator, and this was for about 1,000 people in Mississauga. And this is pre-pandemic. And I went to the CEO and said, is there a purpose for the organization? What do you fundamentally believe in? And he said, yeah, our purpose is to make Canada stronger. And I said, oh, that's nice. Like, what do you mean by that? And he goes, no, like seriously, again, pre-pandemic. And he said, look, if we do what we do really well, we know that we make Canada stronger. We allow entrepreneurs to deliver their goods to Canadians right to their door. We allow small businesses to get the supplies they need. We allow Canadians to buy the things that they need and to communicate with people. So our purpose, the thing we believe in, it's not delivering packages. Can anybody deliver a package? We fundamentally believe in making Canada stronger. I thought, oh, that's great. That's really nice. And then the pandemic hit. Now, the pandemic hit, and you may remember at the beginning of April in Ontario, there was some concern as to whether or not we were going to get 500,000 masks from 3M. And President Tite, at the time, you may remember, we were all concerned of whether or not he was going to be able to, whether he was going to let the masks leave the U.S. And it was a pretty nervous time. My wife works in healthcare, and we weren't sure whether our frontline healthcare employees were going to get the masks they needed. And then on April 8th, Purelator tweeted out this photo and then tweeted out this message with it. Great news. We just received the first shipment of 500,000 masks, and we're working quickly to get them into the hands of healthcare workers. Thank you to Justin Trudeau, Doug Ford, public officials at all levels, and our dedicated employees for their help to make this happen. Now let's break this down. Great news. Boom. They lead with positivity and enthusiasm. Secondly, we just received the first shipment of 500,000 masks. Updated factual information. So then they're going to define themselves by the actions, right? They're going to define by the actions they take, and we're working quickly to get them into the hands of healthcare workers. And we are adopted by how we communicate. And how did they communicate this message? Did they beat their chest to go, yeah, you chose Purelator? No. They took the high road on it. And they said, thank you to Justin Trudeau, to Doug Ford, to politicians who are nothing alike, all public officials, and our own employees for their help to make this happen, ! They thought it, they did it, and they said it, all in one tweet. And it was no surprise that when the vaccines started to come in, the CEO, John Ferguson, I saw on BNN being interviewed about their plans for the vaccines. Now, when this is all over, maybe then Purelator can tell the story about when we had our most important shipment, who did we trust? But now's not the time. How we communicate now is pretty special and pretty unique. Now, here's the other reason we need to do this. This is Milton Friedman. I can move myself here. Oh, maybe I can't. Can I move myself? Yes, I can. Here we go. Look at that. Okay, I'll just do that, right? There we are. Okay. So that's Milton Friedman. And in 1970, the year I was born, Milton, right? I was born in 1970, so I turned 50 this year. And right, some of you are like, how? There's no way. You're probably thinking two things. There's no way this guy is 50. He looks 35, right? Yeah. No. The other half of you are thinking like, how does a 50-year-old have a newborn baby, right? You want to bet this is his second marriage? Yeah, it's his second. No, it's my first marriage. I'm a procrastinator. In 1970, Milton Friedman wrote this paper called The Social Responsibility of Businesses to Increase Its Profits. And for close to 50 years, we all fundamentally believe this. We pointed to this. We're like, this is our Bible, man. Hey, I'm here to make the cash. It is not my job as a corporation, and I'm considering you as an individual business owner, a corporation. It's not up to me to solve the world's problems. My job is to protect the mothership, to generate as much profit as I can. And then I'm going to give that to the ownership or the shareholder, in which case is you. And they can choose to spend that money however they like. But as a corporation, the very definition of corporate purpose is that we are here. Our social responsibility is to increase our profits. That's what we all believed in. And then in 2019, the year before the pandemic, in August of 2019, the Business Roundtable got together, made up of about 180 CEOs, representing, I think, 35% of the total market cap in the US. Okay? So huge. Chaired by the CEO of Walmart. And these 180 CEOs got together and said, no, this has to change. The definition of the corporation has to change. The definition of corporate purpose has to change, because we do not have one stakeholder, the shareholder. There we go. We have 5. We have our employees, we have our customers, we have our suppliers, we have our shareholders, and we have the community in which we operate. Those are the 5 groups of people that we're responsible for. Those are the 5 groups of people that you're responsible for. So why we need to stand for something more and believe in something that goes beyond what we sell? Well, part of the reason is because you're morally obligated to. This is where the private sector is going. We're expanding our definition of who we are and who we serve. Now, this is the second reason why we need to do this. Now, you may remember this movie. This was from There's Something About Mary, and it's a great scene. And this great Canadian comedian who goes uncredited in the role, weirdly, Harlan Williams. And Harlan Williams gets picked up by Ben Stiller's character. And Ben Stiller goes, so what do? And he goes, you ever hear of the 8-minute abs? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, well, I made the 7-minute abs. And Ben Stiller goes, well, what are you going to do when someone comes up with a 6-minute ab? And he's like, dude, you can't get a good workout in 6 minutes. Right? Now, why I say that is because if all we're going to believe in is selling for the highest price and selling with the best commission, if the only thing we're going to tie ourselves is to the sale, come on. I can outsell you any day, or I can at least have data that indicates that maybe I'm a better salesperson. Why? Because the average consumer, they see full pages of real estate agent headshots, and they don't know the difference between the President's Club and the Chairman's Club and the Diamond Club. All they know is somebody got their picture in the paper and that they apparently did well. And certainly on a commission standpoint, when you look at all the people who are trying to disrupt your market, right? What are they doing? They're saying lower commission, lower commission, lower commission. Do not lower your commission. You're better than that. Hold your commission. Because as you know, it's not about the commission. Because if you're going to decrease your commission but not get me as much for my house and I'm going to make less money, your commission's irrelevant. My real estate agent, my wife and I, when we met 10 years ago, I guess, close to 10 years ago, when we got together and we sold each of our homes and bought another home. So we sold 2 houses and bought one within like 2 weeks. And I said to my agent, like, you're going to cut your commission, right? Because the house we bought is the first house we looked at. And she goes, I don't cut my commission. I said, what are you talking about? You don't cut your commission. I'm giving you 3 houses, 3 for 1 deal. And she goes, I don't cut my commission. I'm going to get you more for your house than you ever dreamed possible. I don't cut my commission. And I respected her so much. And you know what? She followed through. She not only thought it and said it, but she did it. So they're disruptors in a lot of categories. The first thing they do is they say our commission's lower. You're paying too much for commission. No one is ever paying too much for commission. It all depends on the sale and on the buy. So of course, so that's why you need to believe in something that goes beyond what you sell. So when we talk to clients, we just say, like, what do you fundamentally believe in? What do you fundamentally believe in? Don't tell me what you sell. Because there's over 1,500 of you within Realtron, 1,800, I think it was. What? Other people sell the thing you sell. There's oodles of people who sell the thing you sell. You have to believe in something more important. I mean, Lady Gaga, she could believe in being the best musician on the planet. But when asked, what do you fundamentally believe in? She didn't say, I believe I should be the best musician in the world. No. She believed in something that went beyond what she sold. She said, I believe that people should be free to express themselves. And everything I do challenges that. So everything. And so from a music standpoint, she believes that people should be free to express themselves. And so what does she do to inspire them? She expresses herself in a wide variety of different ways. And it's not that she believes in wearing a deli meat dress on stage. It's that she believes that if somebody wants to do that, they should be able to express themselves in that way. So she's going to do it so they feel right, so that they feel comfortable expressing themselves. Now, if that's her brand belief and she expresses it in through music, well, now we start to see why she's an actress and why she has a fashion line. Because all that diversified portfolio of businesses now feeds into the same purpose. She has a diversified portfolio. And to the point that she has a makeup line. The line for that makeup line is our house, your rules. People should be free to express themselves. It's a completely different business, bound by the same purpose, defined by the action she takes, and adopted by how she communicates it. So when the concerts were canceled, she just dialed up that other revenue stream in her portfolio. Now, I know that many people within real estate are really, really hesitant to get into a diversified portfolio of businesses because you feel most of your money is made on the sale, and that's where you want to focus your effort. To me, that's not great thinking. I think you should be diversifying your portfolio. I think you should be looking at additional services. I believe that when I come into my house, I have no idea whether it's my furnace is rented or heated. And when something goes south, I don't have the data in order to handle that. I'm an idiot when it comes to this house. You should be telling me that. This is the biggest, expensive, most serious financial transaction of my life. And those additional services, which may not give you the revenue, obviously, that the sale or a purchase will give you, but you know what it does give you? It gives you an excuse to stay connected and to stay relevant. Because my friends, a happy Valentine's Day Instagram post is not staying relevant and connected to your clients. It's just not. Trust me, all of your clients behind your back, they know what you're doing. They know you're creating the content because someone like me told you content is king. You got to keep cranking on content. And what do? You end up with Super Bowl posts and you end up with Valentine's Day posts. And how many of you did a St. Patrick's Day post yesterday? Not relevant to the brand belief around financial freedom and raising a family and a home. But when you start to explore other portfolio, when you start to explore other products that are accessories that accompany a house, like renovations, like operations, like property management, yes, your fees are lower, but man, your talons are deeper into your clients. You are adding more value in more serious ways because an automated email that says, "Dear insert name, happy birthday," is not the way to do it. So you need to believe in something more. Apologies as that was a little bit of a rant. I've been going on those a little bit. Maybe it's Zoom gloom. Now, the purpose, of course, is not your mission or your vision or your values. It's not that at all, right? Because look, your values are like these three things. They're really easy to say. I have values. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have values and that you shouldn't talk about those values, but that's not purpose, okay? Because values, are really easy to write. They're really easy to write. I should not read your values. I should experience your values. I should experience your values. I experience your values by the actions you take, by the behaviors that you show me. Now I know what you stand for. Because reading it does nothing. Because let's say you're a financial institution. Let's say your name is TD. It's a wonderful financial institution. And you say, banking with us is like sitting in a green, comfy leather chair. And then I show up to the branch and that's the chair. My friends, we got a problem here, right? Look on the wall. Look, it says it right there. There's the wall on the wall. This is what we promise you. This is what you get. Now, I poke fun at TD. They are a wonderful organization. I'm sure that many of your clients have mortgages. They're a wonderful financial institution for mortgages. I'm just poking fun at them. They obviously deliver on what they promise. But it really is the importance of the do. That it's not enough to say, I believe in this, but it's like, yeah, but how do you act? Do you act in a way that reinforces that? Now, behavior is really difficult to change. This is how difficult behavior is to change. Okay, look closely. Can you see it right there? Can you see it right there? Right? Yeah. Every day this person got up and went, idiot. I forgot. Because you may endorse this, you may support the change, you may champion the change, you may really go, yeah, we're all in. This is amazing. But every day you're going to get up and by default, you're going to do exactly what you did yesterday. It's muscle memory. So it really is about consciously making choices and reinforcing those choices over and over and over again and planning to make those choices and double checking to make those choices, that your actions really do reinforce your purpose. Now, so what do you do? Well, one of the first things you do in times like this is you need to embrace your limitations. So, what we mean by this, of course, is, for example, I mean, I was a stand-up comedian for 20 years, and it's been really, it was a huge challenge in the beginning of like, oh, I need to stand up, but I need to do a thing, and I need to go full screen on slides and stuff. But what I ended up doing was embracing the limitations and knowing that I can get really close to you, and this I can't do on stage. I can cock an eyebrow and everybody will see it. I can look this way and it can be a really funny joke because you're not used to people looking that way. So if you embrace the limitations, you end up with a whole other type of service. If you fight the limitations, all you do is try and protect a method of business that no longer exists. Now, if you're my age or older, which I'm assuming many of you are, hello, gray hairs, how are you? I'm at a Diet Coke. No, it's just me down here. One of the kids are asleep. This, of course, is Bob and Doug McKenzie. In my opinion, the greatest comedy duo in Canadian history. It's certainly the most famous reoccurring sketch, maybe along with Red Green, by Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas. Now, what you may not know is how they create this. Well, I was in the Second City corporate roster for about a decade. And I know the Second City world. I was trained there, and I know that world really well. When SCTV was shooting in Edmonton, they switched network from Global over to CBC. And when they made the switch to CBC, they found themselves with 2 extra minutes of time. And the CRTC said, you need to create more Canadian content. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're shooting this in Edmonton. We're all Canadians. Most of us are Canadians. But no, screw you. We're not doing Canadian content. They fought the limitations. And then they said to themselves, well, hold on a second. What would be the most ridiculous Canadian content we could, like if they want Canadian content, like what's the most over the top Canadian content we could ever give them? And they just started messing around, and they started improvising. It started like, okay, well, they're sitting in front of a map of Canada. Okay, it's 2 hosers. They got to be wearing toques. Yeah, plaid. Oh yeah, right. They're drinking Stubbies. Yeah, and they say take off, and they call people hosers. They created, by embracing the limitations imposed upon them by the CRTC, they actually created something new and unique that they never would have created had they thought it. And in the end, it was one of the most famous comedy bits of all time. And certainly these two became Canadian iconic characters, if not actors. So we need to embrace our limitations. Now we need to ask ourselves a couple other things. The first thing is, who the heck are you doing it for? Like, who you're literally doing it for. And you can say Leaside or North York. No, you're doing it for the individual, human being who stands before you. Because the whole idea behind this campaign was, who would you share a Coke with? And people were like, screw Dan, I don't want to share a Coke with Dan. I want to share a Coke with myself. And they went into the stores and they hunted for a Coke with their name on it. And more often than not, they didn't, if they found one, they didn't drink it. There's nothing we like better than the sound of our own name. There's nothing we like better than stuff that has been customized for us. Now, I spoke about TD earlier, and I love that TD did this. What TD did at the ATM was said, you thought we'd forget it's your birthday month. Happy birthday, sir. This was someone on our team who went to the ATM. And I love this, right? Because they have the database. They know when your birthday is. They customize the message at the ATM for the person. And maybe people thought it was a little creepy by having it on the day itself. So they're like, maybe let's just do it on the month. So they customize the message for them. And of course, there are a whole bunch of programs and data capabilities, whether it's Salesforce or Dynamics or whatever CRM tool you use, or maybe you have a proprietary one through Realtron or Remax. Of course, there's ways to do that, and that is really, really important. But I think it's more important is having a genuine desire to connect with another human being, the real live snowflake of a human being before you, the neat, unique individual who's there. Now, as an example, my wife saw this piece of art and said, we got to get this for the cottage. This is great. I want it. It was from a store in Winnipeg. And she ordered it. And we had never been to that store before. And so she ordered it. Now, what you need to know about my wife is she has the best handle in the world. It's a great name. My wife's name, no lie, Christy Pickles. It's a great handle, isn't it? I mean, we go to restaurants. We're like, "Hi, we have a reservation for Christy Pickles." They'd be like, "Oh, we've been waiting for you to show up." So my wife's name is Christy Pickles. She orders this art. When she gets the art in the mail from this tiny little store, it comes with a card, and the card says, "You mean a great deal to me." And on the inside says, "Dear Christy, thank you for your order. Here's your last name, really, Pickles. I love it. Thanks again, Danica." They have a genuine desire to connect with another human being, and they've customized the message in a really genuine and authentic way. Big enough to deliver, small enough to care. This is the small enough to care. So who are you doing it for? What individual? Secondly, what do they want you to do? I mean, what do they fundamentally want you to do? Especially now when we know that we're not all in this together. So what problem can you solve? Because that's what they're saying. In their inside voice, maybe they're not telling you this, but what they're saying is, shut up and solve my problem. That's what I want you to do. Shut up and solve my problem. If I didn't have a problem, I would just go and do it myself. I'd DIY it. I'd go to one of those disruptors who allows me to pay less commission. No, you're a pro. I'm coming to you for a reason. You have to shut up and solve my problem. And I know that Realtron did this right away. Was that a ring caller? I think was the service. Apologies, I know that you implemented that. I mean, it's just such a great quick reaction, right? There's a new problem that has emerged. We're going to solve that problem with a new service. And so that's how we end up disrupting ourselves, because we know that any disruptor in any category are the ones who are solving the problems that the establishment can't or won't. You're the establishment. Now, just because I talked about all those disruptors who really aren't having a massive effect on your market, I don't think. And that's because they only identified one problem, and that was a problem of fees. And that apparently isn't as big a problem as maybe people thought. But there are other problems that the establishment can't solve or won't solve. And typically, disruptors come from out of left field. I mean, Dollar Shave Club, are you telling me that nobody at Gillette and Schick said, whoa, guys, our blades are so expensive, they're behind lock and key at Shoppers Drug Mart. And people they need these every single month, and they have to traipse into the store and get the same thing every time. This is pre-subscription services. Dollar Shave Club came out and said, buck a blade, delivered straight to your door every month. People were like, all right, now you're talking. So there are problems that emerge. Now, in normal times, those problems are a little easier to identify. Now, in pandemic times, it's a little trickier because there are new problems that are emerging, and you're in the middle of a corner. So when I talk about acceleration, part of that acceleration is, whoa, 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 whoa. Excuse me. What are the new problems that are emerging? And you did it, right? You all did it. You're like, we can't have open houses with people. We got to do these virtual. Go, 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 right? New problem emerged. Boom. You solved the problem. You got your open house. Now, how we do this in pandemic times is we need to perform a coup. We need to perform a coup. We need to take out established process and legacy process, and we need to question everything so that we can uncover the new problems that have emerged, and then we need to quickly and efficiently solve those problems. Now, there's an example that we can use and learn from of the one industry who has not only been through the full cycle of disruption to the point that it's reinventing itself again, but has actually had its own pandemic. Of course, I'm talking about music. Now, in music, there was, like most coups, most political coup d'etats, there is an establishment. And the establishment in music was the record stores, it was the labels, it was the radio stations, and it was the retailers. Okay? Those are the four members of the establishment. And they all had little deals. You're taking 10 points, I'm taking 15 points, you're taking 20 points. And it was a closed loop system. The label said, we're going to find the artists who we're going to bring into the establishment so that radio, you know what to play, and record stores, you know what to sell. You play what they sell, you sell what we sign what's in the establishment. Closed loop. We're all in this together. And then with any coup, something happens. With any pandemic, right? What ends up happening, or with any coup, was what happened in music was we give power to the people. Now, power to the people in music was their pandemic. It was called Napster. And it came in and said, you can share all the music you want to all your friends. Don't worry about paying for it. No. You don't have to have the man tell you what music to listen to. You can listen to whatever the hell you want, and you can rip it off if you want to. So they beheaded the establishment. They said, screw the establishment. They've been messing us over for too long. We're going to do what we want. It was absolute chaos and anarchy. And then what happens in that? What happens when we give power to the people? What happens when entire systems are disrupted is a power vacuum occurs. A power vacuum occurs because new problems start to emerge. And whoever rushes to solve those new problems, well, they fill the power vacuum. So in music, it went from you don't have to have the man tell you what music to listen to the problem that emerged was that consumers went, yeah, but can someone just tell me what music to listen to? There's too much. I need help. And who rushed to fill the power vacuum? Who rushed to solve the problem? Those people, they just became members of the new establishment. And it was not the retailers, and it was not the radio stations, but it was Spotify, and it was Apple Music, and it was iTunes, and it was Live Nation and Ticketmaster. And, whoa, what? It was the labels. Yeah, because you know what? Over here, when we were just the regular establishment, everybody said, oh, the pandemic is here, Napster's here, the labels are going to die. The power vacuum occurred, and everyone said the labels are going to die. The new establishment was formed, and yeah, the sucky labels, the ones that were horrible, the dumb ones, the resistant ones, they went away. But the smart ones who embraced their limitations, who identified the new problems that emerged in their marketplace, who rushed to solve those problems, those labels, they not only were members of the new establishment, they're more profitable than they ever were before. Because they don't have warehouses anymore. They're not storing CDs. They're not flying all over the world checking out talent. They're getting Spotify playlists from people. They're not shipping CDs to record stores all over North America, all over the world. No. They're not only members of the new establishment, they're more profitable than they ever were before. It's funny from a speaking standpoint. People used to say, I speak for free. I get paid to travel. And then the pandemic hit, and people were like, no. Let me correct that. Actually, I don't get paid to travel. So if you embrace your limitations, you can come up with something really, really new and be more profitable in the process. I'm going to skip this just in the interest of time, and I'll end on the say, because if we believe in something more important, and we actually have behaviors that reinforce that belief, we live up to what we fundamentally believe in, well, that's worth talking about. This is something that your prospects want to hear about. So if they want to hear about it, shouldn't we say it in a consistent way? I mean, shouldn't we say it in a memorable way? Shouldn't we say it in an authentic way? Because one of the biggest reasons why political coup d'etats fail is because it starts with a grassroots group who have these great ideals and beliefs, and they actually live up to it. They live those values. But what they forget to do is they forget that they actually have to convince other people to join them. So you think that just because you got an award tonight that other people should just flock to you. They're not going to. It doesn't work that way. You are adopted by how you communicate with other people. And the most authentic and the most real people and how they communicate, those are the ones that connect on a human level. The ones who are big enough to deliver, but who talk like they're small enough to care. So how you say it is really important. So we need to say it consistently. We also need to say it with stories. I mean, we've spent a lot of time talking about, or I'm sure you've heard, the art of storytelling and all that. And storytelling is great. There's two things with it. One, yes, you should be able to tell a great story, but I think it's more important that you behave in a way that generates great stories. There's more focus on the do's so that you generate great stories. But also know that if you're selling, good friends of mine just sold their house today. They put on the market and they got 105 over asking, I think, or something. They're a family with a small child, and the people who bought the house were a family of who have small children. And so when you're talking about the neighborhood or you're talking about the house, you should be talking about other clients. And obviously there's privacy concerns and whatnot, but what? Oh, I had a client who had children your age, and they had somebody who was in the same occupation. And what they found the real challenge was, and so what we did is we structured the deal this way. Or I had somebody who was in a similar house. It was a freehold townhouse. And so the approach we took was we said, give us your best offer instead of doing, a kind of rolling offers or whatever. Or we said we weren't accepting bully offers, whatever. You have stories of past experiences, and that's what people are going to relate to. We all understand the idea of once upon a time some people did some stuff and they lived happily ever after. We all understand that. And so you can use those stories to connect to people, because that's way better than the average resale value of a home in this neighborhood is this, and the average salary is blah, blah, right? Use real stories using real people. You don't have to name them. You have to respect their privacy. Now, the other thing is, if the story hasn't happened yet, if you're talking about what's going to happen in the future, well, I would point you to this. The whole idea of The Usual Suspects was this poster. If you haven't seen the movie, don't worry, you'll get it. This is the poster. And when Bryan Singer wrote the script, he was the director, when they wrote the script and came up with the idea, he said his idea was all based on this image. 5 guilty criminals found in a police lineup. And all his friends said, that doesn't happen. It's never 5 guilty criminals in the same police. That was 1 guilty party and 4 innocent people. And he said, I know, but I've never seen that before. It's really cool. And 5 guilty, they go, no, but it doesn't happen. And he goes, all I need to do is tell the story that gets me there. And then once I get there, all I need to do is tell the story that happens afterwards. If you've seen the movie, you know that the first third of the movie is the story being created in a way that they land in a spot where 5 guilty criminals appear in the same police lineup. And then the other 2/3 of the movie are what happens when they leave. So you can use what will happen in story form. And when you're telling those stories, you need to say things authentically. And this will be my final point here. I know you've had your Prosecco and you probably have television to watch. In 9 minutes, I'll get you to your 9 o'clock shows. Do you still watch appointment television? Yeah? No? Okay. That we need to say it authentically. And this means a bunch of different things to a bunch of different people. But to me, authenticity is simply being comfortable with your imperfections. That's all. Because, other people went to your school and other people have your other real estate agents and other people have your training. But your imperfections, this is what makes you real. Because if you show up looking and acting and sounding like the stock photo version of what I think a real estate agent looks and acts and sound like, I'm not buying it. I'm just not. I just think, I don't know where to look. I don't know who to trust. And if you're hiding the real you from me, then what else are you hiding? I want to deal with the real human being. And I'll just say this, I had a lovely time at an engagement where I got to speak to a chairman of a global software company who can't be named. And he was from the deep South in the US. And he said, before this, I was at a large CPG and consumer packaged goods. And when I made VP, they sent me on a leadership development course. And I soon realized that the sole purpose of the leadership development course was to get me to lose my Southern accent because they didn't feel I'd have credibility on the global stage. And then he goes, so I quit because I realized my voice, it ain't a bug, it's a feature. And he's right. Your imperfections aren't bugs, they're features. Imperfection leads to trust. In commercials, our agency, if you used to have a commercial with a lens flare on it, you got fired. Now we consciously put them in, no word of lie, we consciously put lens flares in because that imperfection makes it more authentic and makes it easier for people to trust you. This is what makes great leaders. This is what makes great real estate agents. This is what makes great brokerages. People who are bound by purpose, who are defined by actions, who are adopted by how they communicate with other people. You can think it, you can do it, you can say it. Congratulations, everybody, on your unbelievable year you've had and the unbelievable year you have ahead of you. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you so much, Ron. That was amazing and inspirational. Your marketing expertise is surely amazing and usable by our agents. I can't wait to read your book and watch that talk again and squeeze some more detail out of it. Thank you, Alex. It's been an amazing night. What do you think?
Thank you, Jeremy.
Keeping our distance?
Yes, we're keeping our distance. Thank you all for joining us. We're excited about 2021. We're committed to helping you. And I think this year is going to be the defining year for all of us. The opportunities are there. I truly believe we're in the best business in the world. And really, the world is your oyster. Pick a number, whether it's Chairman's Club or Diamond's Club, and you can achieve it. It's all there for you. We're behind you, we're supporting you, and we're looking forward to you having the best year of your life. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you, Ron. Thank you to everyone, Tracy, to Cam,
Yes.
and to everyone that helped make this night a reality. And thank you for all those of you who have posted and shared your experience of tonight. We love watching it and we love resharing it. So thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your Prosecco. Have a great night.
Good night.
See you later.